To create a Google site, we have to plan it first. So you want to think about, what do you want to have in your sidebar? I've made those decisions for the site we're going to create. So now I'm going to go to Google. And I want to select sites. I'm going to create a new site. So I click on the red Create button. Here are the first decisions I have to make. The first thing I want to do is I want to use the blank template because it's easier to add things and take things away than using one of the gallery templates, at least for me. Now, this site is going to be a student site for my 4A class. So I'm the student, so I'm going to put Elremy 4A. That's the class. And you'll see that it's created a URL down here. I'm going to select a theme. Let's take, what'll be fun? Let's take the lavender panel. And if you want, you can add tags, but they take up a little space when you've got your site saved, so I'm not going to add tags this time. I want to create my site, so I click Create again. And there's my kind of funky lavender site. The first thing I want to do once I've got this basic site set up is click Share. Right now it's private only to me. So I'm going to go in and change who can see this site. I want my classmates to see it, and I want my partner to see it. So I'm going to click anyone with the link and save that. So anyone who has the link can view the site, but I want to make my partner, my student partner, an owner as well, so that he can make changes on the site. So I'm going to add him in here. And his name comes right up. Yay, click. I want him to do more than edit, so I'm going to make him an owner. Now, when I have my students create sites, I always have them add me as an owner. There are some things that I might want to be able to do with them, and I can't do them if I'm only a viewer. Now, I don't want to notify people by email because that is crazy making, so I'm going to unclick that. Great. Anything else? Yes. Share and save. If you skip the email notification, you have to jump through a little hoop here. Okay. But it looks like we're done. Cool. Now I'm going to go back to the site. The site is shared. There's nothing on it. So now I'm going to add my pages, and I've already decided the pages that I want. I want to have a home page, a relationships page, a philosophy page, an archetypes page, a memoir page, a reflection page, and a participation page. So I'm going to add a new page. Here we go. You'll notice there's already a home page, so I don't need to add that. I'm going to add my relationships page. I want it to be a web page, and I want it under home. I want it at the top level. I don't want it under home. So it's good to go. Create. Whoa, danger, danger. I've made this mistake so many times. Click Save, so that page is saved. Cool. Now you see it over here in the sidebar. I'm going to add my next page. Click Add Page. This one is philosophy. I also want this to be a web page. I want it to be at the top level. Click Create. Good to go. Save it. Good. Add another page. I'm going to add archetypes. Same thing, same level. Create. Save. I'm going to add one more page. This page will be the participation page. Even though I have more pages that I want my students to do, I'm just going to add one more for you guys. All right, here we go. I want this page to be more like a blog page where students can interact with each other on the participation page, so I'm going to make it an announcements page. It's still at the top level. I create. Dude, it did not ask me to share. Sometimes that happens and I haven't a clue why. Okay. Now, look at that. It's archetypes, participation, philosophy, relationships in this sidebar. But I want a different order. So I'm going to go up here to More, Manage Site. I'm going to Site Layout. And I'm going to edit the navigation bar. The reason it put those pages in the order it did is because they're alphabetical, and that's what happens if it automatically organizes. I want to unclick that. Now I have the option to move pages in the order that I want them, and I want them in the order that I added them. So I want philosophy right under home. You'll see what I'm doing. I'm clicking the up arrow. I want relationships next, and then archetypes and participation. So that's good. Click OK. Save. And you'll see up here it says changes have been saved. Go back to the site. Now I am ready to edit my pages. I can click on any of these pages and edit them. So let's edit the home page. Click on the little pencil. Excellent. Now I can insert text. Okay, a little introduction to myself. Good. Now look up here. I can insert something. So what I might do is insert an image of myself. Let's try that, although I'm not going to insert an image. So I can upload an image from my picture files, or I can upload an image from the internet. And in this case, of course, you want your students to use that Creative Commons search so you get user-friendly images. Okay, but I'm going to close that. I'm not going to do that right now. The other thing I can do is insert like a gadget. One of the things I do a lot is insert iframes. And here I can decide on the side of the iframe. I can put the URL in. So why might I do that? I might want to put in a website, which if you look on the website for this presentation, there is an iframe with a website in it. I also could put in a Google form if I want my students or my classmates to respond to a survey. So very easy to do. And I'm just going to close that out. Now I've got what I want on my little introduction page, and I'm going to save it because we have to save everything. And bingo. That's your basic Google site. Play with it, have fun with it, try lots of different things. But if you plan it out first and have your students set it up right at the beginning, it's much easier for them to go in then and add things and show their work on their site, and you can add comments. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's look at the comments. So let's say my student has put something in this section, the philosophy section. Okay. And I don't actually want to be in edit. Oh, I'm not in edit. Okay, good. So I can add a comment here, like, just reread for grammar and spelling errors, because I noticed a lot of grammar and spelling errors in this particular entry. So I can add my comment, and it's going to show up on the website with the date. Now, The student can respond here by saying, oh, okay, I did, I've checked it. Does it look okay? And then I can go back and take a look at it again. Or other students can comment on students' work. Now, if I don't want my comment to show up, if they've taken care of it and it's all done, I can remove the comment. But another thing I can do is to go into more, go to page settings for this particular page, and let's say I don't want them to be able to comment on it. I don't want anyone to comment on it. And I don't want anyone to be able to add an attachment. So I can unclick those and click Save. The last little cool thing I'll show you is you can go into More and go into Revision History. You can pull up any version that your students have been working on, which is very helpful when you're working with due dates. You can go down to the due date and click on the version, and it will show you what they actually had completed on the due date. So that's pretty cool. So let's go back here. Where am I? There. This is my little, my student site, my teacher site, and it's great. It works for me. In my social justice class, I put in links to all of my student sites, and that way I can go in and check their work very easily because I have all the sites with the links here. That's it for creating a Google site. I hope this has worked for you and given you some ideas. Thank you.